system. Here we read Fourth Wing, a very popular YA fantasy.
Calm down. Too aggressive.
Okay. A very popular YA fantasy book. So it is basically a YA fantasy romance. It follows the traditional enemies to lovers, kind of.
You just said that it has many tags: dragons, war, bad boy, book girly, nerd.
Mary Sue, main character.
Mary Sue, traumatic family, mommy issues. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say.
Okay, yes. Mommy issues.
It's quite normal to have them.
Dead daddy issues. Dead sibling issues. It basically hits every hashtag.
Yeah, so it is basically a fantastical fantasy world where we follow Violet. Well, I can't be bothered to say her last name. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Sorrentale.
Violet Sorrentale.
This is the only time I'll say the full names.
Yes. So this is Violet, and basically she wants to be a scholar, except her mum is a military general, and her mum just...
It's like,
hates her.
no, the mom's like, no daughter of mine will ever be a scribe, even though I married one.
Yes. So Violet essentially wants to follow in her father's footsteps and become a scribe, but her mum's just like, no, that is shameful, even though, yeah, like you said, she married a scribe. I don't understand that. I don't know. Maybe her mum had a power kink.
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway, so basically how the story takes off is obviously Violet being forced into becoming a dragon rider because this world is at war, as you find out throughout the book.
Yeah.
It was very, very loosely suggested in the book.
No, I think it was suggested. You get people dying.
Yeah, but that's the part that I didn't understand, though, was that people were dying left, right, center, but they kept on talking about how they needed more people
Okay,
to fight to this war.
We'll talk about that later.
And that's what annoyed me.
No, okay, so what goes into is just that the book starts with Violet going like, oh, I'm gonna die. I basically will not survive this.
Because she's weak.
And the mom was like, you will survive this. Or you'll die. It's
Her
fine.
mom expected her to die.
Yeah, her mom was like, it's okay. I'm ready to bury you. Her mom was ready. Her mom was actually more surprised that she was alive afterwards than she was. Yeah, but Violet's just like, okay, I'm ready to die. My mom doesn't... Yeah, my mom wants to kill me, yeah. And she basically tries her best to survive.
Yes. She basically survives I'm gonna say it's like dragon riding college. It's essentially a college.
Yeah, it's called a college.
Oh, it's called a college?
It is called a college. I'm pretty sure they call it a college somewhere.
I don't know. The book is really hard. Like, how the book is described, like, it's a very interesting world. Don't get me wrong. Very hard to picture, but just how the world was described, I got really confused. If you didn't have a map,
yeah,
you would not know.
They literally went from one place to another, like...
It gave me whiplash.
Yeah, and there was no description. There was like not enough landscape building. I don't know.
There was more description about Zayden's.
Oh. Yeah, it was like the book was very focused more on character building. So I felt like the characters were really well sketched out compared to everything else, like throughout the whole. Yeah, across the whole book. You don't really get like a very detailed plot line. Like the plot is pretty okay for...
The plot is a standard.
Yeah, it's like
a standard fantasy book.
Yeah. It's like a standard, like the standard plot. It won't be like something far out there and you're like, whoa, there was a lot of thought into this.
The book felt like drinking milk tea. You knew what to expect, but let's just say someone threw in a little bit of cinnamon just to throw you off.
But you still enjoy it. I call this a very neutral read. You won't hate it. You might love it, you might not.
So about this riding school is basically, as we all know, Violet is very weak. And when she goes to this riding school, she's already got like this,
it literally says graduate or die.
Guys, it is Attack on Titan out here. Everybody's dying left, right, center. Someone fell off,
And they're in an isolated
stupidly.
kingdom as well.
Yeah, but it was like very hard to picture because I thought they were up this like mountain this whole time. But then what did you imagine?
I actually picture a mountain. I picture like I picture like the kingdom here and then just like fields around it and nothing else beyond that. But apparently not.
I imagined a dark chasm below it because people were like falling down. Because one of the first trials to get to the school was the fact that like you couldn't just enroll. You had to like climb up this big ass mountain.
and then walk past a parapet or something.
Yeah.
Which I had to Google up to see what that is. Apparently, it's just like a very thin like walkway.
Oh.
Yeah. It wasn't even. I don't know why. I imagined a log. I thought they had to walk past like a gigantic stone log, so it's like at least curved, so that's why people were falling. But no, it's just a normal walkway. It's like imagine a thin wall and you just like walk on top.
Also, just take gymnastics class.
Yeah, it's tightrope balancing.
Okay. So anyway, so basically at this riding school, to get in there first, you have to climb up like this big ass wall, essentially. And Violet keeps on going on about how she's weak and she probably won't survive. Which also, can I just say something that really I questioned about Violet?
Yeah, what?
Was just the fact that like she kept on like she knew she was going to have to go to this riding school, but she did not train
She did.
at all beforehand.
She did.
When?
In the beginning. Did you not read this book, bro? In the beginning, when she found out when her mom was like, no choice. She got one of the generals, one of her mom's friends, to train her.
Before going to
Yes. That's how she know basic fighting.
Oh, I thought that was plot armor.
No. She had basic fighting. But as you can see, if you read the very extra Zayden Poth at the end, even he thinks it's a very first year attempt at fighting.
Well, she is a first year. So essentially how this fighting school works is basically they train you how to ride dragons, and essentially if you like mess up, you know, you're not just getting like an F on your report card, you're like you're dying. You're dying essentially, which it makes no sense because they are in the middle of a war, and the war is very loosely described because like they're in the middle of a war, but yet they're like, oh, you can kill each other, it's fine, we don't care, it's not like we need people to fight in the war.
Yes, it's very chill for a war. There's no urgency. You never sense a sense of urgency at all until like you suddenly get the weird morning scare that oh my mom might die or oh my sister might die. But that's just like there's no urgency.
Yeah, there was like everyone was just like bombing around pretty much, unless they had to do like training or something.
Like basically at school, they were literally partying, having sex, and fighting, and yeah.
And the funny thing was, like, so the country that they're fighting is essentially, so this country, they get like dragons, all right? And the dragons give them power. Like, they're like a conduit of them, like, getting the power. But the other country that they're fighting has griffins, which is like, you know, like a dragon's like this big and a griffin's like this big. And so
I couldn't picture it actually. I had to Google it.
For some reason, I was imagining them as like green.
Really? I was imagining them as like lion but with an eagle head.
No, I think that's essentially what
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, I think that's exactly what they were, but it was just so funny that, like, so in this world, there's only, like, 2 countries in this world.
And only 2 mythical creatures.
Yeah, and only 2 mythical creatures, and I just don't understand why Violet's country was losing, because they literally have dragons, while the other one just has griffins, and that country is also smaller than them as well. So it's like, how did they not just conquer the world already?
Yeah, and when you get to the end with the plot twist reveal, you realize that wow, Violet's country is just stupid.
Yeah, it is run by stupid. So when Violet goes into this riding quadrant, she knows death is around the corner. The only rule basically is when you're sleeping you can't like kill each other, because that's like no. But you know, you can do whatever else you want. So honestly, I just pretend to always be asleep. So.
Yeah, and I could never imagine the teacher. It felt like there was no like supervision throughout the whole.
To be fair
college.
though, they are all adults. You
Yeah,
might not think it when you read it. They are all adults.
I never realized the age, but when you read this, it sounds like you're reading the thoughts of a 16-year-old. And the thoughts of a 16 or a 17-year-old. And that made more sense because they were in school as well, but they were like 20 plus, were they not? Yeah,
so the youngest people going in is 20, and it goes up to like 3 years you have to train, so it's 23.
Yeah, they did not feel 23. And I thought they would be more like mature, considering that they're literally going to die. I don't know, something about trauma ages people.
Yeah.
That you would kind of assume in this book.
Anyway, so Violet goes into this Rise Quadrant, and she already has like a vendetta against her because her mom is like a lead general. Plus she worked at the school as well.
No, her mom did not work at the school. did not. Her mom is just like a very famous general that helped win many battles, but one of the battles was basically against a rebellion. And in this rebellion, to make sure that it never happens again, they took a book out of, I don't know where they took a book out of.
The
but-
scholar.
No, not scholars, but they basically went like, yeah, we shall wipe everyone out and leave the children traumatized and ready to die.
Because they didn't want to kill children. They were like fine, like murdering a bunch of rebels, but they were like, we saved the children.
Yeah, we saved the children.
And forced them to fight for us.
Forced them to fight the war for us. Yes, and basically they had no choice because all this conscription thing were choosing whether they wanted to be a scribe, a dragon rider, or like normal people. There was three choices, but you only hear about the
Was it like a farmer or something?
I don't know, scribe and riders.
They're the only important ones.
Yeah, and basically if you
Scholar, rider, NPC.
yes, scholar, rider, NPC, but basically everyone has a choice except for Violet and the rebel kids.
Yes, which leads us to the sexy love interest, Zayden. Who was cringe. I didn't like him.
I felt like he was better in his POV than he was in Violet's POV.
But Violet's POV is like 99% of the world.
She made him like sound like a emo child to me.
He did feel like an emo child.
He felt like an emo child.
He felt like a really small, like, you know, like maybe like a pit bull or something, but like they're all talking about it, like maybe like a chihuahua.
That's what I was
Like,
saying.
he would keep on yapping because the thing was, Violet's mum killed his like family, his whole rebel group, and is basically the reason why he's forced to fight and essentially, do everything. So he hates Violet's family,
Which is fair.
which is fair. And Violet technically doesn't like him because he killed her brother. Like his family killed her brother.
Yeah, because her brother was in the war and then was killed, yeah.
Yeah, and then Dad had a heart attack a year later.
Because of depression and losing his child. And the mom is also sad and depressed.
But in her own way.
Yeah, that her golden child is gone.
These two are supposed to hate each other. Except Zayden for like the whole book literally will be like,
I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill
you.
you. But never does.
Never does.
Like, never does anything close to killing her. I feel like he should have at least tried once or something.
He needed to try once.
He needed to try once, even though it was a depressing attempt. Like, I don't know, just like...
He did not attempt to kill
Like,
her.
stab her or something. Stab her in the arm.
She got stabbed so many times.
She got stabbed by people who didn't even, like, have a reason to hate her. She got stabbed and basically chased down by this psychopath who saw her and was like, I'm gonna kill you. In the first beginning of the book, in the parapet. And he was like, I'm gonna kill you. And he just, like, tries to kill her throughout the book. And, you know, like, I could believe that this guy wanted to kill her, not Zayden.
Yeah, so you know what? I felt like the author missed like a good like world building part where she could have made the rebel kids try and kill her. You know, like the rebel kids be like, we want to kill her, we want to kill her. Instead, it's like the minute she walks into the school, there's just like some random guy who I'm pretty sure it's just because she like bested him like once on a test or something, or I don't know what it was. But he then basically was just like, I hate you. And he had no reason to hate her. He was just like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And then just tries to kill her with a bunch of his hooligan friends.
No,
Right?
yeah, kind of. It was just like, oh, I don't know. He just really, he was feeling it.
Yeah, he really didn't like her.
And you
he
get
wasn't-
the other kids who are just like, they're a bit wary of her just because of how famous her name is. Like, her siblings were also really famous in the school.
Hey, if I was in that school, I'd be like kissing her ass because I would have thought she would have been like,
Yeah, and she got a cheat book.
oh yeah, she got a cheat book from her brother.
Her brother gave her a cheat book, literally, like, how to cheat code the school or something.
The book basically helped her figure out how the teachers picked each opponent, so she then basically used that to poison them before the games.
Which I actually kind of like, because they kept saying, like, that she was really smart, she was really smart, she was really smart. But all she did was kind of, like, recite books. Like reading out law textbooks, like, I'm going, like, oh, I'm really smart, but I quote, okay, law 1, blah, 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 blah. But, okay, when she actually did poison them, I was like, okay, she has a brain.
Yeah, that's true. She really loves those books. Yeah.
She was gonna go to a school, which would kill her, and she would need to physically carry her stuff over a parapet where people fall to their death, and she decided to bring books with her.
And she's not even like that strong as well. So she's
Yeah,
like,
and she was basically kept going like, oh, my bones are fragile. I break easily. I don't know, girl.
oh yeah, but she just kept like putting it out. She had to keep on putting it back in.
And she was like, oh, my bones. I've had so many broken bones. Pain, what is pain?
Yeah. She's like, I can get through this because I have lived with pain, so I can do this.
I feel like, okay. I mean, I get why the author didn't do it. But it would have been nice if Violet was just a bit dead inside. I mean,
We don't want our main characters to be happy. What are you talking about?
I mean, if you think about it, she got this trauma, like that family thing. She doesn't even hate her family. She doesn't even hate her
What
mom.
do you mean she does?
She does not.
Oh, that was just me thinking her mom's so bad.
Well, I hate her mom for her. She doesn't really like. I don't know. She doesn't like. She's like kind of neutral with her mom. She misses her dad, but she's like kind of neutral with her mom. She's just like, oh, she just doesn't want me to be alive. And then but then like with everything else, and then she had like the lifetime of being like really fragile, always sick, broken bones, and all that. I don't know. It would be nice if she was like a bit. Then her emo energy would match Zayden's emo energy.
It's a trap. Because we needed that. Like, the author really badly wanted to make this romance different, which
Yeah.
leads us to the dragon bonding. Now, as you know, these people have basically been training at this Riders Quadrant for, I don't know, like a few months. A few months, and they essentially get to...
There's literally no time concept in this book.
Yeah, there's like no concept of time. Like, you think she's only been there for a week, but then like she's like talking to characters as though they've been like her friends for ages. And so I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's been a few months, I don't know. But anyway, so basically, this whole training has basically led them to bonding with their dragon. And the reason why they want to bond with the dragons is because they made a deal with the dragons because they had like a common enemy, which was the other country that they're fighting. And these dragons are essentially, when you bond to a dragon, it basically means that if that dragon dies, you die. But if you die, the dragon can live. So it seems...
Yeah, but they did say that as the dragons bond with more humans, they're more likely to die when the humans die.
Yeah, they did say that.
That's because they're all powerful. But anyways, being a dragon rider, it's basically a status, and it was basically the whole point of the thing, because their whole army is only dragon riders. That's why they've been killing off people left and right. They don't want cannon fodder.
And they're basically being training these people to how to survive dragons, which also didn't make any sense because they were like training them, like, you know, how to build up their thigh muscles because, you know, you have to sit on the dragon and you ride it. And I'm thinking, just get a saddle. Like, why don't you just have a saddle?
And when Violet, who's so weak, bonded to a dragon, she couldn't sit still, and they had to give her a saddle, everyone was like, blasphemy.
It's just like, how else are you gonna get on this thing? That also made it really hard for me to like picture the dragons.
Yeah, because they were saying the dragons were so large. Like, how do they just like rock climb up the dragon? I don't know, jump off a building and sit there. Oh, that hurts.
No, they're just like collecting onto that like one scale as they're like driving.
Yeah, and they were like basically like physics. I don't know, if the dragon flies upside down, which they did in this book or whatever, and you gotta clutch with your thighs.
Yeah, listen, I can barely stay on a horse without a saddle, so I don't know how you're gonna stay on a dragon.
Unless the dragon was like the most stable flight dragon, they'd have like some really good like suspension.
Dragons are assholes. So.
you get what I mean by suspension. You know, the car, it has suspension, so you don't feel the bumps. So the dragons have suspension, so they just fly straight.
So you can tell who's the engineer here.
No, this is just basic knowledge. I know, but okay, you were telling me about the...
It all leads up to this big bonding day, and I forgot what it was really called in the book. But they basically have to go to this field full of dragons. And they had a test run. Actually, I just want to point out, they had a test run on where, like, you know, they're supposed to, like, it was basically like a meet and greet. It was like speed dating for dragons, where it was like a meet and greet where, you know, you met. But I don't know why, but everyone got dumb. Yeah. Because at this meet and greet, they were like full on, like, they were like trashing the dragons. They were like, I can't remember what they were saying, but they were basically just saying like, oh, I don't want this dragon, or oh, it's so blah blah blah.
Yeah, I don't even know how they did that. They were like assuming that dragons can't understand English. which I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, because I don't know why, but like two of like Violet's like team members were like, yeah, making fun of the dragons, like dissing them, like actually dissing them. And mind you, these people are like treating the dragons as like gods, because I mean the dragons can literally like incinerate you just like that. And then obviously, yeah, when they're dissing the dragons in the field, like two of them I think get like charred to a crisp.
Yeah, they're a bit stupid. I don't know. It's like seeing, oh wow, this gigantic dragon scares me the freak out, and like I literally know that he can kill me, but I decide to call him an ugly piece of and get charged to death. I don't know.
It made the world building feel very jarring, because this country is also, because like, you know, they're making it like very like hierarchy based, you know, and very like, you know, very military, very much like, you know, there's like a hierarchy, but then as soon as like they meet essentially the top of the hierarchy, they're basically just like you know?
Yeah.
But you know, so then when we get to the real like day, the greeting day, Violet is obviously, you know, just in the field. She doesn't even care about bonding to the dragon. She's just like running around being like, I gotta hide from people, because yeah,
The guy who wants to kill her wants to kill her. He's like, this is the day.
like it made no sense why, because it's like they get put in this field with I think like one dagger or something, and they're basically like, look, if you don't bond with a dragon, you're dead. If you don't find a dragon, then
No, you can survive it. You can survive without bonding to a dragon. You just have to retake the year again. It's basically like failing a unit. No, it's like failing a year and resitting the year. Except instead of you being able to do something to pass, you need a dragon to go like, you're not that bad.
Oh yeah, you needed the dragon to pass.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have a dragon, then you could just kill somebody else who had a dragon.
And hope that the dragon was like, wow, you're so great for killing my
Yeah.
my human.
Even though it could literally kill the dragon anyway.
Yeah. And you wonder why the dragons don't think the humans were smart.
So as she's like walking in this field, now there's like this little like tiny like golden dragon, and it's like defenseless. It's super defenseless, and it's just like flying around this field. And for whatever reason, Violet's bullies, for whatever reason, were like, we're gonna kill it.
Yeah. No, wait, okay, I'll defend this, you know why? Because have you met like jerks? They just like do something stupid, you know? They're like, because it gives them power. You know, you see something defenseless and they're like,
But what doesn't make sense to me is the fact that they have like a limited time frame in this like selection field. Selection field. I think that's what it's called.
yeah.
Isn't selection field, and they decide to waste this time on hunting this tiny little dragon and killing it. And they never thought like, hey, maybe the dragons, like, because you know they're supposed to impress the dragons. Like the dragons are supposed to get impressed by them and go, oh, I want you.
Yeah,
know? It's like Pokemon, but the Pokemon get to pick you.
It's a bit stupid as well, because I don't know how killing their child would make them want to pick you.
Yeah, exactly.
We also find out that this very cute little dragon is actually a baby.
Yeah, it's a baby. It shouldn't even be there, but like, you know, parents weren't responsible, I guess.
No, the parents are dead.
Yeah, but then, you know,
she's an orphan.
Hashtag relatable. I don't know. The author just wanted to add in that just like another little bit. Yeah, these people just decide to waste their time and want to go kill this dragon. And Violet's like,
not today!
Today, animal lives matter.
Yeah, it's a dragon. so Violet goes like, I will protect you from 3 people who want to kill me, and I could not survive them except for poisoning them.
Yeah, so she like just stands in front of this dragon. And
they have a fight.
Yeah, she has armor though as well. We gotta mention her sister built armor for her as well.
And
who comes
in? Not the love of her life. The enemy that wants to kill her. He's standing there and he's seeing these people want to kill her, and he's like, watch out! And then he's literally like helping her.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Wait, was that Xaden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Xaden.
Xaden was basically helping her through this fight. But you would have thought, since he was like saying he wanted to kill her, like for this whole time he'd basically been edging her with the word, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. He just never does. And when he finally, like, you know, people are gonna kill her, he's just like, nah, I'm gonna save you.
Oh, well, okay, you know what would have been nice? If he saved her and he was like, the only person that can kill you is me or something like that. I don't know!
But not anymore, because guess who saves her? Big, bad Tyrion, the big black dragon. And he's so big that he's super dangerous as well, by the way. Yeah, this big dark dragon, this big like manly voice speaks to her as she's like fighting with these children. Well, they're not children, but these like adults, and she got stabbed a bunch of times because she's basically the Rattus Quadrant's like pincushion.
Yeah, and he's like this dragon, and he was like, oh, I love an underdog. We get bonded.
Yeah, and when I read the dragon, I was like, oh.
She pictured
Yeah.
his voice as like a very.
It was sexy.
To be honest, I did actually picture Tyron's voice as very deep as well.
Yeah, the dragon's voice is named.
You know what? I actually like the dragon's personality. The dragons actually feel old.
Yeah, he is old, isn't he?
Like, he's old, but I'm
100
saying it's like Zayden. Zayden's supposed to be old. Zayden's supposed to be like a mature man.
He's like 23.
Kind of like a young, mature man.
He should be mature.
should.
basically.
And he has trauma to back him up as well, like your parents got killed.
You have to watch that, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
started a rebellion. You literally have to like take care of all these other kids that got kind of stuck in your situation because they decided to side with your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like, yes.
I feel like it's just the way that Violet sees him because on his path, he seems better but hornier.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. So, essentially, Tyrion? Tyron.
I don't know how to pronounce.
We don't know how to pronounce. You'll say Tyron, I say Tyrion. So Tyrion, basically, he doesn't even kill them, does he? He kills like one?
No, he did kill them. Violet killed them.
Violet didn't kill him.
Violet killed
She
them.
killed one, but then she like left one unconscious. I was like, no.
Yeah. And he did. She left the one unconscious.
Violet, I don't know why.
She didn't want to commit.
I don't know why Yuri killed his friend. Might as well finish the job while you're on like, that kill streak.
I don't know. No, remember #Animal Lives Matter.
So essentially, then she gets like the biggest, baddest dragon,
and a cutesy baby as a bonus.
Oh yeah, she gets like the cutesy baby as well. So basically, not only does Violet get the biggest, baddest dragon, she also gets 2 dragons.
Yeah, and everyone's like horrified. They're like, she can't get this. We're barely passing. Can you just give us 1 dragon? But she's like, I didn't pick them. They picked me.
The fuck word.
That's literally what she said.
I didn't choose this person. The life chose me.
Oh my god. That's literally Violet's whole that's literally her whole life.
Yes, sure.
She did not choose the life chose her.
So essentially, when she gets Tyrion,
oh my gosh, even in the romance department, if you think about
yes, which leads us to this part. So Tyrion, there's something that you need to know about Tyrion. So Tyrion is a big male dragon, and
he has a wife.
Yes, he has a wife,
and his wife is
the gal.
I don't know. The wife is basically Zayden's dragon.
It's a blue dragon. I'm gonna call it the blue dragon.
I don't remember the color, but I know because they're husband and wife, they can never live far apart, and they're also kind of projecting a bit of their thoughts into each other's head, and then
because you can telepath. You can
they're telepathic and empathetic or something like that.
It's something like so. Basically, how you want to picture the dragon channeling is basically so you have Tyrion, and then Tyrion can channel Violet, and Violet can channel the little gold dragon. But then, because of Tyrion's connection, because Tyrion can then also channel with his mate, the blue dragon, and his blue dragon is obviously linked to Xaden, and the main communication pathway from humans to dragons is like telepathic. And for whatever reason, this didn't make sense to me, but since that they're all like interconnected, Violet then can also
they're like a beehive.
It's just like
she thinks it's a bit poly.
I think it's polyamorous. I mean, they should have. I'm not kidding. The ending should have been dragon orgy plus 2 humans, excluding the little baby dragon. So it should just be like a big hallway.
Yeah,
but
why? It's because literally after they get bonded, there's this scene that happens where Violet suddenly gets hit with, "Oh, I'm so fucking horny. I'm so horny. I just need to like screw someone," and she realizes. It's not me that's horny. My dragons are having sex with his wife. And she basically stumbles out, looks at every man and wants to jump his bones, and finds Zayden getting high off his ass. Because he also feels the horniness. And he's like, it's better if you're drunk and high. And they learn to block it out.
That's how they share their first kiss as well.
Yes. The start of a romance. See, you know, I would actually kind of doubt more. Does Violet like Zayden, or was it just the dragons? Except the writer was smart enough to actually drop hints that she found him attractive since the beginning of the book. Why?
I don't know, it just felt, it gave me the ick. It just gave me the ick because...
Yeah, she was not into it, but some people might be, you know?
Okay, fair.
Yeah, but they don't have anything to do with the dragons. I think
Yeah, they just sit around.
bestiality is not in this book.
I wanted it to be in this book.
No hashtag. No
I
hashtag
wanted it to be.
bestiality.
I wanted it to be in this book.
But yeah, they have some weird emotional connections.
Yeah. So, another thing is, by the way, just to point out, if Zayden dies, Violet dies, and if Violet dies, Zayden dies, and if that happens, then it would probably mean Tyrion dies because he's a big old dragon.
Basically, if you kill one, you kill them.
Yeah.
And it's like
it's basically just get one, get four.
yeah, they're like
Just like collateral.
they're like a 1+3, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in some ways it seems very inefficient to have in a war because these are like really powerful ones. Like Zayden's dragon and Zayden, they've made like a big name for themselves. So they're like pretty, you know, they're like prodigies.
They're like the top dogs.
Yes.
Because they're like they're structured like a military, so there's like commanders, and Zayden basically commanders his own wing, they call it. So it's just his own quadrant, and that's why Violet's part of his quadrant, if I'm not mistaken.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why it's called Fourth Wing.
And another thing that made no sense is why did Zayden's quadrant conveniently be full of all rebels? You would have thought they would want to separate them.
They get to pick. They get to pick where they stay. And they're like family, you know?
But like, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's a bad idea.
it's like a bad image as well. Like, all these people are like, you know, they should die because they're kids of rebels, you know, they'll follow their parents, but they're like, no, we're not, but we stick together.
Yeah, they were like trusting that.
Yeah.
This country is dumb. But anyway, so like now it means Zayden can't kill her. Not like he was ever going to, but you know.
Yeah, but
he's
now
frustrated now. He's not. Yeah, he's just frustrated now.
But now he has an excuse, a reason to blame his horniness towards her.
Yes.
Which he does.
And
And we get... Then after that, I don't think anything interesting happens. It's just like a lot of character building throughout the book.
doesn't sex happen?
Yeah, they do.
They have sex.
They do have sex.
I-
But it's like after like the whole fighting thing, they have like some games, war games where basically it's like capture the flag but with dragons.
Yeah, it's essentially they were like, oh, you get like a fun little prize, and the prize is just what, like a field trip to war.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're giving you guys a glimpse of your future, being stuck fighting for a war that you don't even understand and
Or care about.
oh my god. But you know,
Oh, another fun thing is powers. So when you get a dragon, you also get powers, and that power manifests within you.
and if it doesn't, you die.
Yeah, and this is the magic system. The magic system seems whack because the powers.
No, the value system is very skewed. I feel like, why is this country so powerful?
Well,
The Griffins don't get powers, by the way.
yeah, so it's like, why are you losing to literally people riding on like a bird?
Yeah, the power system.
Yeah, so you know how like you said about the power system, where it was like it like manifests like your personality.
Oh yeah. It was supposed to be by personality.
Then talk about like the astro.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, okay, the personality was so... The way that they described it, at first I was on board with it. I was like, yeah. Zayden can control his shadows because he's always hiding secrets.
Oh, side note though, when they're flying, I would argue that there's no shadows in the sky when they're flying, so it's like
I
useless.
I imagine it as he can create his own shadows and he controls them, but I feel like there should be a limit because it's not really explored.
He
like,
full on made like a lasso around the shadows, like
Yeah.
grabbed onto the dragon.
and he basically blacked out a whole camp, like just covering it with shadows, which I don't know. I felt like there was no limit to his powers. How are they losing, honestly? But yeah, it's just Zayden has shadows because he's a secret keeper. Violet got, or maybe I shouldn't go there yet. There'll be the big reveal. And
Oh.
the friend.
What's his name?
The annoying friend. Dane. Oh, we haven't talked
Oh
about
my
Dane.
gosh, Dane.
Dane.
Oh.
Dane.
He's a childhood friend. Mind you, there's a love triangle, by the way, because
It's a sad love triangle. It's a depressing one.
Well, when Violet first came into the Rider Squadron, she had a crush on Dane.
I think it was just because, like childhood friend, I'm a book girly, I want that stable life.
And Dane just has stick up his arm.
Yeah, and Dane was just a stick up. Dane was like, oh, you gotta follow the rules. The rules is life. And he's like, oh, you're gonna die, but you broke the rules. So you have to follow the rules, even though you killed. He's stupid.
But his power is...
And he kept wanting Violet to quit and go to the scribe quadrant.
Which made no sense.
Yeah, it made no sense. Violet was like, my mom's gonna kill me either way. and she was like, you can't run from my mom. And he was like, watch me. But anyways, Violet decided to be smart and go like, okay. But Dane basically has the power to read memories.
Yeah, if he touches people.
Yeah. Because he's such a stickler for rules. He needs to know when they're breaking the rules.
Yeah, which, to be fair, that didn't really make sense of his...
Okay, I don't know. Some of the powers didn't really make sense. But the only thing that explained with the personality was with Zayden.
And maybe Violet.
And Violet as well.
Possibly. For character growth. It's like foreshadowing.
Yeah. But there were like some really weird ones. It was very like there was a guy who could astral project. I was like, what personality makes you astral project? Daydreaming? Maybe? And there were some people who can... Oh, so basically anyone who can read mind, any telepathic powers, get killed immediately.
Yeah, which no one seems to question because, like, Dane gets them.
Yeah, that Dane gets to keep his.
Yeah, so no one questioned it.
Everyone else gets to die, and they're just like, oh, I hope I don't get telepathy.
Yeah.
So they do not want telepathy.
So this is like obvious foreshadowing, but the fact that no one questioned it, because like literally there's like some guy running around who used to sell a general.
I get why they didn't question it. They're all a bit dumb though.
Yeah.
They're all a bit dumb. They have their moments of geniuses, but absolutely they're all a bit like go with the flow. They're like, we're at war. Yeah, we're gonna kill them. Yeah, walk across this or you'll die. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Literally the whole book.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much it's just like, I don't know, no one questions it. The honestly, the writing academy was like done like super whack.
Yeah, but Violet, basically her powers never manifest for like a really long time. She gets nervous.
If it doesn't. Oh.
Yeah, if it doesn't manifest, you die. Basically, the way they said it makes Violet think that her head will just explode and she'll just like... So she's like, oh, I need to manifest. And yeah, so turns out... Wait, I think there was a point where the dragon wasn't like... The tyrant was kind of holding back because Violet needed to learn to control...
Not for that sex scene then.
No, she needed to control her impulses. Apparently, she kept thinking... She kept... She didn't ask people for help, even though what... So then, only when she started asking people for help, because she was like bonding with all the other rebel kids, they became one big friend group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they started bonding when Zayden was like, yeah, I can't kill you.
But he also forced them to hang out with her.
Yeah, she was like, I'm gonna die if you die, so my friends are your
bodyguards.
Yeah, my friends are your bodyguards, and they became one giant friend group. And then Violet's like, they're not that bad. Other than the fact that they hate me, they're nice people.
She was like never really bothered by them though.
She was not bothered by them. They were more bothered by her, which is good. Pop off, you know?
But no, you never killed her.
Yeah, they never tried to kill her. They just hated her. Which is fine actually, you know, it's like bullying without bullying.
But they weren't even her main bully.
Yeah, I feel like they should have bullied her a bit. I couldn't feel the hate. Give me some hate.
The book tried so hard to be angsty. Like, it really did try so hard to be angsty, and then it just went like... It just
Yeah.
fell. It just, like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be angsty.
Yeah, you know when people go like, "Oh, it's a dark fantasy." This is not dark fantasy. This is rainbow and sunshine.
Yeah, this was just like little happy read.
It is.
You know,
It is.
little guilty pleasure.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was basically this whole book. It was like, it gave you like a fantasy world. It gave you some romance. It gave you some steamy scenes.
I
If
feel
you're
like I
into it.
never got into Violet's powers yet. Oh yeah, and then
Oh.
he also and Terrence like, "You're ready, girl," and her friend almost dies, and she channels lightning.
Oh, you didn't talk about the other power.
I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
She channels lightning, and they're like, "Well, I knew it's foreshadowing about her personality. Why? Because Satan always call her my violence. Because he's like, you're so violent. I know internally you're a violent girl."
What is with these
angry.
YA men and just really, really bad nicknames? What happened to Darling? What happened to just Babe?
Okay, no babes.
Just something like.
You know, we take our wins. I take my wins as long as no one gets called baby girl. I'm like, that's okay. But yeah, so Zayden's like, "I knew it. You were so violent. You channeled lightning. I predicted it." And Terrence all like, "I'm proud of you. I knew you have a core of steel, because apparently surviving broken bones makes you violent." And yeah, so she's not a big bad. She has a powerful dragon and like two like powers and two dragons. And I think this was afterwards. But before that, there was a assassination plot where when she was sleeping, they decided to break the rules and kill her. And that's when she realized she had another power from the dragons. The baby could stop time.
Woo! What personality is that?
No personality.
You're
They
like
just
stuck in the past.
they explained it away. They just went like, because babies are not developed, they can give you more than the laws of physics allow.
Oh, and that's why she has to keep it a secret.
Yes, because you know how they kill telepathics. Imagine who they kill a person that can stop time.
No, they probably use her because of her mom.
No. They'd kill them.
But her mom is like a general. Her mom would want to exploit that, though.
No.
Oh.
Anything they can expose them, they'd kill it.
Anything that exposes them, except they're letting like a bunch of rebel kids just like live together and like talk amongst themselves freely and group, because at the start of the book you do realize that Violet was like overhearing them, like, you know, doing like a little plot, you know, like twirling their little mustaches, being like, "Oh, we're gonna make this plot, you know, like we're gonna like, you know," they were basically planning to like overthrow or something. That's what they were talking
I don't get it. The kids, you know, this is like such a happy country. They only have war with other countries, but they are very
country.
One other country, but they're very peaceful internally, and they suddenly have a rebel force, and no one goes like, "Why?"
Yeah, no one thought like, why did a bunch of unhappy people
Yeah,
decide?
we as the readers, we question it. We're like, but then everyone else is in the book is just like,
yeah, which I understand. It's like, you know, if you're writing, you want like some mystery, but the problem is though, if like none of your characters are even questioning it, that just makes it like logic.
yeah.
Where, you know.
But then again, Violet has a lot going on.
Yeah, but she like never once just kind of, because she's supposed to be a smart girl.
She's
Like
just
she never like once kind of just thought.
I don't
like,
think she's smart.
well, she was supposed to be.
She's book smart. Okay, Violet is the definition of book smart, not street smart.
Yeah, but she never like read all these books and thought, "Hang on, something's not adding up."
Book smart. Can you imagine a nerd asking you like how to scam someone or something like that, or like why did this person? I don't know. I just think she's very book smart.
She's like a computer. You just like input information.
Yeah,
she just holds it, and that's it.
Yeah. And then she just like stores information here. That's why she just reads. She'll be like the one with the photographic memory. Doesn't mean she understands it, but she can read it.
Yeah, that's it.
And relay information. Yeah, and
she's just like ChatGPT walking around.
yeah. No, ChatGPT is smart.
ChatGPT can't think for itself.
That's true. Yeah, Violet the ChatGPT. So blah blah blah. What else happened? Oh, yeah, she has all these powers. So the build-up happens, and Violet has to keep secrets, and you can understand kind of.
She's like so nonchalant.
Yeah, she is very nonchalant about
She's
it.
just like so
Yeah.
nonchalant.
You can kind of get the one, and then Dane kind of pulls an asshole move, tries to. What did they?
He touched her and read her memories.
Yes, he touched her and read her memories and knew about the rebel kids, and he basically told on her.
Yeah.
He ran to Daddy because his dad was basically Violet's mom's other general friend. So he basically ran to his dad and was like, I saw Violet's memory, this rebel kid, they're planning something. And then so when this happened, while this was happening in the background, Violet and Zayden decided first time sex, and they were like, oh, they were really in it. Okay,
They're like destroying everything.
Yeah, okay, just ignore me. But they basically like, there was lightning, there was thunder,
forest fire.
Forest fire. They were basically
No one cares about the wildlife.
Yeah, no one cares. They were just basically destroying. They were enjoying themselves. And then there was like an emergency. Whoa, emergency! And then they had to run out, put on clothes, and like run out. And then
she wears his jacket.
And it turns out it was a war game, but the war game sends Zayden's whole squad with Violet and all the rebel kids to this one encampment, which they found out was actually at the edge and was about to get attacked.
Which leads us to the big mystery, the big plot twist.
Before that plot twist happens, when they realized that they were at that area and there was no backup and all that, that's when Violet realizes, Dane, you tattletale, you sent us to die.
Because she remembered when he was like saying goodbye or something, he was like, oh, Violet, you know, like,
I'm sorry
or something. And then Zayden was like to Violet, did Dane touch you at all? Do you remember?
Yeah, and then so you realize not a love triangle, not even a chance. This guy is more than a red flag. He's like the one who reads your phone, but he makes another step. You know, it's not just bad that you read my phone. You went
and posted it on Twitter.
Posted it on Twitter and sent me off to die. And basically, they had to wait for their death, and then they found out, okay, so the enemy was not the Griffins.
Dun, dun, dun. So we finally find out the reason for this big war was it was like a resource war, where they had like all this wards up in their perimeter, and these wards were hiding away the big bad.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Violet used to have this little like mythical, little fairy time storybook with her dad.
Yeah,
her dad wrote this.
It basically gets inferred in the beginning, but it's not just Violet, because some people in the academy, they also know it. Not everyone knows the story, but it's like a folk tale.
It's like a fable.
Yeah, it's like a fable being passed down about how there's like, you know, because they have the dragons and then the other country gets their griffin. But what about the people who don't get anything?
They get nature.
They decided, oh, all these things, I need something. So they decided to steal from nature, and that corrupts their soul. And then they became the big bad, which they called Venom.
Yeah,
it was basically the tale.
Yeah, it was basically just like
it was basically
souls.
that, and then all the kids were like, Venom, so scary. So it's like the boogeyman that
multiplies.
Yeah, the boogeyman that multiplies.
But they also get dragons, so like werewolves.
Yeah, I had to Google it. It's basically like the difference in how the wings are attached, because dragons have wings.
4 legs.
Yeah, dragons have 4 legs, but Verns have like only 1 arm and like the leg. No. Sorry, two legs. Two legs, and then the claws are attached with the wings or something like that. Yeah. So basically, they create these corrupted creatures, which is to fight the dragons, and turns out they were real. And
apparently Dad's little storybook that he was telling his little daughter every night about these big evil beings, he's like, he never thought to mention, or just P.S. they're real.
And that brings to like an immediate crash course at the end of the book, this is actually really near the end of the book. It was like a crash course where she realizes, oh, these corrupted beings are real. So why did the Griffins try to fight us all this time? Oh, because we only produce weapons which could kill this thing.
Yeah, it's like the wards or something.
Yeah,
no, the wards kept them out. Oh, but the weapons,
yeah.
were,
Because
like,
what made the wards was this special stone or whatever, and could only kill this venom. You could only kill this venom with this special stone. You could not kill it with a normal blade. So like I want to defend myself, but I stab you in a sword. But haha, I'm so corrupted. You can only have a special stone to kill me. They're like Superman.
like a kryptonite.
Yeah.
Just want to make your armor out of it or something. Like, do you think they could like penetrate it?
No, I think they don't have enough or something. But yeah, that's why only the generals, and you realize only the generals get these blades, which means everyone out there knows about this.
Well, all the higher ups, because they like burnt like the history books that talked about it, and for
They
some reason
they took that black highlighter and was like,
yeah, they were like, oh, these potential dangerous beings, we're not gonna know, because I don't know why, because like I would have thought like they could have just like done fear mongering and just been like the other countries like trying to take over, because it's like they could have told people about these things. I really don't understand why they didn't tell people about these, like, Vernon.
I don't know. It felt like, that's why, back to Attack on Titan. It felt very Attack on Titan. But instead of having, like, Titans, you have Vernon.
Yeah, you have Vernon that are just, like... I don't know. I could not picture them. I was just picturing them like big black shadows, to be fair.
I feel like they needed their own, like, explanation.
They needed to come in sooner, I think.
Yeah, I felt like they needed to... It was just so fast. It was just like Venom flashbang. We need to survive. Fight. Oh my god, you almost died. And then someone did die.
Yeah, someone did die.
One of the really nice rebel kids that was really nice got killed.
Yeah. We kind of all saw it happen.
And then Violet was like, oh, lightning. And then they managed to survive.
But something I just want to make with that book that her father wrote is that technically it's not the only book left of its kind, because, he's been hiding it for so long. And I just kind of thought it was literally under the general's roof this whole time. Like, the person who we're assuming is, like, hiding all this stuff.
And that was the big bad secret. I don't understand how they kept this a secret. Like it was not hard to expose these, like, corrupted beings.
Like, everybody knew it as well. Like,
and these people fought in the war. They don't send the higher ups out to the borders. They send cannon fodder, which is like... Normal people like her sister and other...
I know her sister knew, though.
No, her sister didn't know.
I feel like she might know.
She didn't.
Oh.
All the Dragon Riders didn't know. Only the higher up, all the high generals that don't even get sent to war know.
It made no sense.
And that's why they were killing telepathic people. Because, telepathic people would be like, oh, the secrets.
Which I actually think, now, as a theory, I haven't not read past book 1, okay? So this is just a theory at the moment. So...
I've read book 2.
Okay, well, this is just a theory. You can hear me out. I think that's the reason why they killed her father. I think the mum... I don't think it was a heart attack. I think that they actually killed her father because he was spreading this blasphemy around.
But the father didn't do anything. I argued that the father was as bad as the mom. Because Violet found out about this and she was like, betrayed. She was like, how could my mom be part of this conspiracy?
Your mom's a...
And I was like, yeah, your mom... But also your dad.
Yeah, she's like...
But she's like, but he told me stories and fairy tales. That's literally half the country.
I would have been pissed that my dad didn't, like, decide to warn the whole country about it.
Yeah.
Like, the dad should have been like, hey, P.S., these evil beings are real. But instead he didn't, and he just, like, hid the book right under, like, the general's nose. Which is dumb.
Yeah, it was stupid. But but people knew about this story. But yeah, so there was just a big reveal, and they were like, "Wow!" And Violet gets heavily injured, and then they went to the rebel hideout, which was basically the burned down place where the rebellion started, and she finds out her brother is alive.
Yeah, she was like knocked out for like a few days.
Not that long.
It's like, oh, the baby dragon grew up.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
It really says she.
No, but that was the that's the second big reveal. The older brother was alive.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I didn't want him to be alive.
I didn't want him.
It was so cheap. It made because with the main brother being alive, because then we find out that Zayden was like working with him. It made no sense then.
Why they hated her so much?
Yeah, why he hated her so much?
They were like, she was chill with the brother. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like the brother was.
Yeah, they were chill with the brother. They knew that the mom was like a mom, and they literally saw the mom mistreat Violet and not have a good relationship with her. And the brother is literally the favorite child, but they still liked the brother. It's just so stupid. And I was like, okay, the brother should have stayed there for the sake of the plot.
Yeah, he really should have.
What does he contribute? He's the only one who survived that war.
Was the brother's dragon again?
Huh?
Did the brother have a dragon?
Yeah, the brother's dragon is alive. Because the brother still had channeling powers. The brother healed Violet.
Oh right.
How do you even hide a dragon? The dragons literally cannot hide anything from each other. Because you know this telepathic thing? The dragons are practically gigantic born of telepathy. And they knew about the Venom the whole time. But they have their own council. Their own like law-making council. And they were like, they make their own decisions. And when the humans were like, we're gonna keep this a secret. The dragons were like,
Like, they didn't think it would affect their rider at all. Like, you know, because, like, if the rider dies, they could potentially die. So, like, they never thought, like, oh...
They just explained it away and said dragon politics.
Do you have any final comments about this book? Like, overall, like, how would you say this book was?
I don't mind it. I actually, like, okay, I didn't... We said all this, but I actually didn't like think so much. When I read this book, I just turned off my logic and I was just reading it. It was like just fun banter, great characters, and like I didn't really get the romance that much, but I thought it was okay.
If you just want to read like a little hee hee ha ha, like funny fantasy book, read Fourth Wing.
Yeah, and you actually
Yeah.
do see Violet get some character development. She does change.
Yeah, she changes from I don't want to be here to I want to be here.
She gains confidence in herself as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was like not confident with her fighting and all
And
that.
she
And
also
then she's like,
hates Zayden now.
yeah, and she's like more. I feel like she's like more solid as a person by the end of the book.
She like went from 16 to 20.
Yeah, she had that trauma growth, not like the rest of them.
That's pretty much it, right?
What do you think?
I seriously just think it's just like a nice little, like, fun little fantasy book. If you just want to read something about dragons, like boarding school, essentially, fantasy, I think that's really what you want to read.
Didn't you find it boring?
That was just my own personal takes. Personally, I did kind of find it a little bit boring, but that's because I prefer world building. Like, I really like world building, and when world building doesn't make sense to me, I get annoyed. And I get a little bit bored. So I definitely think if you're like one of those people who like will get a little bit annoyed by like world building and can't really look past those flaws, then I'd say maybe not this book. But I would say if you just want like a little fun read to read on like a Saturday, Sunday afternoon, I would say this book is good.
Yeah, it's really. I feel like it's really easy to read as well. Like just a fast, quick read. Nothing too deep.
You don't need to think too deep.
Yeah, don't think too deep. Just turn it off.
Just turn it off.
Just turn it off.
It's basically brain rot.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for listening to our first book vlog. We'll see how it went.
Yeah.
Alright. Ooh, someone's texting.
It's not you.
Oh.
Wait, is it you?